How it all started, I can't really pinpoint the time it started, but right from when I was young, let's say in my teenage years, my dad had a poultry at the back of our house. So we were into poultry, livestock, and rams and sheep. Yeah, so I think that pretty much gave me the springboard I needed without having to know that I'm going to need this later in life. So it all happened back in 2018 when I left my former job with an oil and gas sector, the downstream sector at Apapa. So I just delved right into what I've always known has been within me, which was farming. So coincidentally, when I came to Owode-Egba, where we are presently is Owode-Egba, Obafemi Owode-Egba off Abeokuta Expressway. So incidentally, when I came, I leased the land. Let me just try my hands on cassava. So out of the blues, my former landlord just called me. He's actually a nice man. He just called me from the blues that Jonathan, I want to introduce farming to you. So I told him, interestingly, I'm into farming. So he asked where it was. I said, Obafemi Owode. He said, what was I planting? I said, cassava. He just laughed his head off. Say, boy, come off it. Don't waste your time going into cassava. Just come down here. I'll put you through the ropes. And that was how I ended up here. And I ended up doing cucumber, chili pepper, sweet corn. And now we're diversifying into tomatoes and every other vegetables, you say. That was how my journey began, actually. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. The road to success is always under construction. So I still consider this phase a journey. I'm not yet there. But one thing this agriculture business has been able to provide me with is the level of assurance that I'm in the right industry. Considering the fact that I have now diversified from one crop that I was initially doing to several crops, about 6 of them right now, I believe I should be able to strike the right balance. And in time, I think I'll be all right. I will be.
Good morning.
Sweet corn has been the most profitable crop, in as much as it takes 3 months to grow. But believe me, by the time we start selling to our various clients, we'll be smiling to the bank. And you don't need to nurture them as much as you nurture cucumber, and you'll be having restless and sleepless nights, and you'll be battling down in middle. You'll be battling drought, you'll be battling, because cucumbers are heavy feeders as well. So they require a lot of fertilizers and a lot of water. Not that sweet corn doesn't require such as well, but there are levels to this. And for us at JK Farms, sweet corn has been the most profitable crop after, I'll say, chili pepper. And now that we are gradually going into tomato cultivation, we had our pilot test about 4 months ago, and we see that, there is an opportunity for us in cultivating tomato. And that's why we decided to dedicate 3 plots to start with, 3 plots of land for tomato cultivation. Yeah, before we now expand, because we still have you know.
Once tobacco this drink from here by DBT.
I won't say there is exactly a thing or an incident that happened that made me decide to go into farming. It's either that or be jobless. It's either that or go hungry. It's either that or start begging and losing your reputation amongst friends. You see, I've never shied away from getting my hands dirty. Even when I was in the oil and gas downstream sector, my hands were always dirty because you deal with tanker drivers and you are the jetty, you sleep overnight, you run after trucks, you take down volumes, you dip, you do all sorts. You have to do everything to survive. As long as it is legitimate, I'm down for it.
What did you say?
Because to reduce them. So I think any 50 meters. Of course now, to reduce it from here. Direct.
No song.
No, see,
We need to deconstruct what farming really is, and we need to take away the stigma attached to being a farmer. People see me, they don't believe I'm a farmer. And that's why I call myself a funky farmer. I'm not trying to project that, oh, everything is well, everything is great, oh, you should be a farmer. I'm not projecting that, but this is the approach I take. I'm owning my own process and I'm owning my own business. Anybody who wants to come into farming must be able to deal with all the highs and lows. And mind you, there are several lows than there are highs, according to my own experience. I'm still not a mechanized farmer. Everything still goes down to using your cutlass, your hose. But what differentiates me from the local farmer is at least I have some form of mechanization in place. I have some form of irrigation system in place. I can plant all year long. I don't have to wait for dry season or rainy season before I can plant my stuff. I can go all year. And what we are trying to reinvent ourselves into right now is to have a greenhouse whereby we have a controlled environment. And all these things comes at a price though, because you need to constantly reinvent yourself. You have to learn and relearn and unlearn. It's a whole lot of processes, I tell you. What you think you know is not enough to get you to where you want to. Cucumbers are very cumbersome to cultivate, highly cumbersome. For me, that's my personal experience. I don't know what other farmers have experienced over the years, but it's quite cumbersome. It's like a baby. They need everything, they need your attention, so you need to give them everything they need. One of our major challenges in farming is staff. Not just any staff, but a loyal staff. To get loyal staff work for you, it's a challenge, but we get by. We are getting by. At least I have 2 full staff at the moment, and I have several ad hoc staff that comes in on a need basis. So I'm at my happiest moment whenever we are harvesting, because finally you can recoup some of the money you've spent into growing these crops.
So this is the space I want to build a greenhouse.
Okay.
I want to have a secured and controlled environment where I can grow our leafy vegetables and our high price vegetables.
And having a greenhouse would help us also project the amount of revenue we'll be able to generate. There won't be fluctuation that is dependent on the weather or how things goes on the farm. It will make our work a whole lot easier. We've broken even. We've gotten to this point where we have gotten, it's taken us a whole lot. That's taken a whole lot from us. But we are at that point where the farm can self-sustain. But our expectations and aspirations still goes further than that. We want to be able to generate such profit and revenue that we will make a huge impact, a solid impact, especially in this environment where our farm is situated at. So it's been an arduous journey, but it's been a one that is well worth it. My name is Jonathan Kolawole, and this is JK Farms. Thank you all. Cheers.